Okay. I'm only telling you this because I have been complaining so long about how sick I've been and how bad I hurt. And I finally have a diagnosis that I trust and believe. And it makes perfect sense. He explained. I spent 4 hours at a doctor's office. Uh, I got so many x-rays. Honestly, I don't have 20 x-rays of my different joints from different angles. And when he explained to me what I have, and he said he's done some blood work, and right now he's like 90% sure this is what I have, and I'm going to tell you in a second. But let me tell you that all the other problems that I've had, my digestion problems and all the other problems that go along with digestion problems, okay? The pain in my stomach, the fevers that I've been having, inexplicable fevers, just, I feel bad, and then all of a sudden I would have a fever for a couple of hours, and then the fever would go away. Well, that led up to me going to the hospital, and they pumped me full of 16 bags of antibiotics. Came out of the hospital. Now, I had been feeling sick for not quite a year up to the point of going in the hospital. Off and on, off and on. I'd feel good enough to do a little something, and then I'd feel sick as a dog. And it was my body fighting all this. So the symptom I have now is an enlarged spleen. I have colitis, which goes along with Crohn's disease and all the other diseases of the lower intestine and colon. So what I have is an autoimmune disease, and my body has basically been fighting itself and putting more white blood cells into my body than I need, and it attacks my joints. And what I have is something called psoriatic arthritis. And don't know what a relief it is to have a reliable diagnosis. And when I told him all my symptoms, and he pointed to some things that I didn't know were related. I'm going to show you. I try to keep my right hand out of the video as much as I can, but that thumbnail and these two thumbnails are starting to look like that too. It's all related to psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. It's a similar ailment, except psoriasis affects the epidermis, and psoriatic arthritis affects your spleen and your fingernails and every one of your joints.
And your GI tract.
And my GI tract. So I am 100% confident in this doctor's diagnosis. And his name is Dr. Goodman, and he's a rheumatologist in Shreveport. If you're near here and you need a good rheumatologist, he's got like 5 stars. So he's put me on some medicine. I was on something that seemed to cure my colitis. The drug is called sulfasalazine. Might be sulfasalazine, I don't know. But I was on 1,000 milligrams in the morning and 1,000 milligrams in the evening. And after about 2.5 weeks, my digestion issues went away, and the pains I was having went away down there. So in my mind, I was halfway cured. I still have all these joint pains, and my hand still won't close. And he he could see immediately that all my joints were swollen, my knuckles are swollen. He said I had sausage fingers. And toes, yeah, my toes are the same way. Well, that's another thing. This little weird thing with my fingernail, I thought it was a fungus all these years, and it's not. I also have skin that peels on my hands. You see that? Skin peeling? I have that on my feet and my toenails like this. I know this is probably more than most people want to know, but I have dragged you along with my little 1-year-long battle of trying to find what in the hell is wrong with me and why I feel so bad, and now why I can't use my left hand, that I feel like you're deserving of an explanation and a diagnosis, just like I feel like I've waited this long, and I'm relieved. And some of y'all I feel like are family. Most of y'all who come out every day, I feel like you're family. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. I see a light at the end of the tunnel, and he's put me on prednisone, which is a steroid, and it's not really good for you, but for short periods it's okay. And what he's saying is that the sulfasalazine and this other drug begins with an M. Sounds like Matrix or Medtronics or something like that. Do I have a bottle handy, hon?
You do?
I'll see if I can read the name of it.
Okay.
All right.
And folic
Oh.
acid.
Methotrexate. I don't want to. My name is on there and all kinds of information. Methotrexate, and he said this depletes your folic acid, so I have to take folic acid as well. So there we go. He said, by the beginning of May, I should start feeling better. But I did take steroid. I took a steroid dose pack about a month ago, and within a few days, I could almost close my hand up and almost use it normally, and I could pull my clutch. I can't pull my clutch right now because I can't close my hand tight enough, small enough. So that's where I'm standing. That's where I'm at right now. And I'm hoping there are 3 other drugs called biologicals, and they're very expensive. They're like $7,000 a month. And because of my insurance, which is Medicare, they will not cover it. Of course, I didn't think they would. And one of the drugs is called Humira. You've probably seen it advertised. Another one, what is the other one called? Can you remember? Oh, Enbril or something like that? Yeah, those are 2, and there's another one called Simplicity or Simplicit, and there's a 4th, and they're all described as, this is the way he described them to me, as biologicals. And they're the top of the line, latest technology.
He said the treatment that you're on now was used up until 1999, until they came up with these other drugs that treat Crohn's disease and all the other stuff that you have, even the enlarged spleen.
Spleen, yeah.
That it's all a part. It's all the same. And he said 60%
of people react or are, cured. Not the fixed. They're fixed by. They have found relief with the drugs he's given me. This combination of drugs he's given me,
cheap.
And yeah, they're cheap drugs. Basically, we spent $75 today, but compared to $7,000 a month, that's these are the cheap drugs, and the others which work for 90% of the people. So I'm a lucky guy. I think I'm going to be in the 60% that are fixed up with the drugs he's got me on. So, alrighty, I thought I'd just give you an update on. I have a diagnosis, and it is psoriatic arthritis, and boy, are there a lot of things that go along with that, and it explains an awful lot of weird things that I have happening to my body. Okay, have a good Tuesday. I'll be in the shop Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday I'm cutting trees.